Bravo. Bravo to the talented, amazing, and vibrant artist Chappell Roan for winning Best New Artist at the 2025 Grammys Awards. It is well deserved. She had an amazing year. And every time I heard her music on the radio, it filled my heart with immense joy. The first song that I heard from this young lady was Good Luck Babe, and I was like, ooh, she's talented. I need to hear more. And after I heard Good Luck Babe, I decided to dive a little deeper into her story and how she arrived at this point. And if you're interested in that, it's on my channel. I'll iCard it or I'll throw it at the end of this video. And I thought at that point she stood a pretty good chance at winning Best New Artist at the Grammys Awards. And I know that no male artist has won Best New Artist since 2017, Chance the Rapper. Every artist since then has been a woman. Shout out to women. They are leading the charge in the industry. I will agree. Okay, so if you bet on a woman to win Best New Artist at the Grammys, and you also bet Chappell Roan, you probably won big a little bit. Let me know if you bet on that. But I'm here to talk about her speech as she won Best New Artist at the Grammys. She called out the music industry and major labels and demanded that they provide a livable wage and health insurance for artists.
I would demand that labels and the industry profiting millions of dollars off of artists would offer a livable wage and health care, especially to developing artists.
While I agree, it gets into my point that Chappell Roan is an amazing, talented young artist that is a great role model. I know she doesn't want to be a role model because, you know, it's a lot of pressure for artists. But if I were to use that term loosely, I would apply it to Chappell Roan, and she's a great role model for the youth and for women in general across the board. I think the impact that she is making at this moment will be a rippling effect for other artists to feel empowered, represented, and feel like they have a shot and chance to stand for something important in their lives, and they don't just have to be this cookie cutter pop star and to just live to everybody else's standards, allow everybody else to violate their boundaries, not speak for everything and fall for anything, and just essentially sing and go home. That's not Chappell Roan, and I appreciate and respect her for that. However, as I talk about this particular speech, I want to emphasize that no one artist is bigger than the program. Although Chappell Roan is talented, she can't save the music industry. The music industry to me is mob business, okay? And every artist essentially is an independent contractor, like your gig workers, like your Amazon delivery drivers, your DoorDash drivers, your Uber Eats. It's no different with artists. The only difference is that they bear their heart and soul into their work, so they have an emotional connection. And it is a service job, but since they put so much into it, their life stories, their emotions, what they go through in their family lives and their everyday lives, and they have the goal to connect with other people, but all they ask for is to make enough money so they can continue to do that without worrying about their life crumbling, because being an artist is a exhausting job, especially being on tour. So demanding health insurance so you don't burn yourself out is important. But guess what? When you die as an artist, or they've already signed you and they've already understood that you are a risk and you may go to jail, die, or burn out, they take out an insurance policy on you. So they're going to make money on you regardless. They give you that advance because you're starving. And like Chappell Roan, she was working at a coffee kiosk, and prior to that, she says in the speech that she had to go back to the Midwest and work a regular job after her label Atlantic Records dropped her. When COVID hit, they didn't believe Pink Pony Club, didn't believe in the record at all. They shelved her and dropped her, and she had to go back to the Midwest. Luckily, she had youth and talent on her side. If she didn't have youth, this would be a lot harder and arduous route for her. I know it's already hard, but it would have been so much harder. The fact that she has youth on her hands did her well, and that voice is amazing. It's out of this world. It's supernatural.
So young, I got signed as a minor, and when I got dropped, I had 0 job experience under my belt, and like most people, I had a difficult time finding a job in the pandemic and could not afford health insurance.
In order for this to happen, for health insurance to be provided to all these independent contractors, which you are as an artist, there would have to be a union. If all the big artists got together on one accord and essentially put their careers on the line, put their audiences, brand deals, their team that gets them their visibility, their interviews, their concert spots, their PR and publicity, when you do the variety interviews, when you do, your NPR Tiny Desk, when you do, what are those, when you get your Forbes 30 under 30, whatever, all these things, you have to be submitted for that. Your favorite artists that are on these playlists, your favorite Spotify and Apple Music, because I know most consumers of music are too lazy and too boggled down by their everyday lives to go out and search for and seek music. You may be an anomaly, but you are an outlier. Most people don't look for music. It is provided to them and curated to them based on their playlists and based on their search history and listening history. For you to even get in the eyes of most consumers, the labels had to do that. They leverage their connections, they leverage their relationships to get you that. That's why you sign to a label. That's why you sign to a specific manager, because of their connections. The more outspoken you are, the greater at risk these connections and these type of power players that would once work for you gladly because you have something that they need and want, which is your talent and your hit making and songwriting abilities. Well, it comes at a risk. It comes with red flags. It comes with complications. So there is a balance to where you can do this after you win a Grammy, because it's like, okay, that's cool. We are all for freedom of speech. We're all for this. But in order to take active change and make these actions actionable and move forward with this, I don't see this in our lifetime. Many artists have tried to do this same thing before her, and many artists will try after her. It doesn't make her speech and her cause any less noble. It just makes it, at this point, fantasy. I think most music industry people that have either worked for it or currently work for it in the past or have exited out of it know that this is, at large, a fantasy. And it just sounds good. I hate to say that, but no one artist is bigger than the program. There is a certain line that you can tote before your brand deals and your relationships, your sponsorships, essentially how you even pay the bills and how you even get your music out there so they can listen to you, because we are all at the mercy of algorithms and your staff. So to test this theory out, let's give an example, Kanye West, okay? Stay with me here. Kanye West is in the 1% of the most successful artists to ever live. Financially, hit records, all that speaking. Credibility, it's a little shot at this moment. But visibility, everything, the whole nine. He is in the top 1%. He made the music industry, fashion, everybody so much money. And he said a lot of brand risky things in the past and has done a lot of brand risky things. But it took one thing for Universal Music Group to stop working with him and for Adidas to cut ties, and he's made them billions. Everybody has a price, and everybody has that one line that they can't cross to where it's like, we can no longer do business with you. So while Chappell Roan is safe in this box that she is in, not in terms of artistry, she's very boundaryless and genreless. I understand that. She does what she wants and she moves to the beat of her own drum. But I'm talking about as far as being outspoken and actually exercising your freedom of speech. She's fine right here. But if she flies too close to the sun, there will be consequences. And her career is going to take a hit. Now, she can go the independent route and be as outspoken as she wants, but she won't be as visible. Her monthly listeners on Spotify may drop. Her first week's sales that everybody talks about may drop. She may not have a top 40 record ever again. She may not be as chart dominant. You may not hear her on the radio as much, but she's able to fund her own music career and say what she wants to say if she's putting her own money up. If you are doing business with other people and they're essentially fronting you on the money and giving you in advance, this is as far as it goes. I want to say this again, and I reiterate this. While Chappell Roan is an extraordinary talent, she cannot save the music industry. The music industry is going to continue like this, and they're going to find new ways to screw over artists. It is what it is. Okay? You have to play the game to change the game. And this may be a long play for Chappell Roan. This may be her life cost to make sure she does her due diligence at making this industry and life for artists and people that she speaks to easier. But it's going to come with some hits. Both hit records, and she's going to have to be essentially a scapegoat.